Today we are going to start our third session on Python programming. Today we are going to learn the bare bones of Python, that means Python program structure. So in Python program structure, what we are going to see, that when you write down the any code of Python or any program of Python, which kind of statements you are using, which kind of expressions you are using, types of the statements, right? Because whenever you are writing down the code, you are not simply writing down one simple text. It has to be, it has to have some meaning, right? So it depends on what do you want in the output. So in the Python program structure, we are going to learn which type of statements are there one by one with the help of program in the end. So in last lecture, in session 2, we have uh, we have studied, or we have learned the simple concept called syntax, right? Syntax, basically, that it's set of rules. So we are going to learn what is the syntax in this session. So first type of statement in the Python program, which does not contribute in the execution part of the program, but it is very important. It is a very important part of any Python program. First type of statement is the comment. Okay, comment means in the program, while writing down the program or code, we are telling how the code is going to be executed, what you are doing with your code, how the data is passing. So anyone who is reading your program, who is reading your code, will be familiar with the concept. Okay, you are telling them that how you are going to perform the code, right? So comment section, basically you can write down any English sentence to explain. Okay, this comment starts with the hash symbol. In Python, in every programming language, the comment section, comment statement starts, ends with the different symbols. Okay, it enclosed within different punctuation marks. But here in Python, single line comment, we are going to see the multi-line comment also. So the single line comment usually starts with the hash symbol. Hash is the special symbol which is basically used for comment. And then how to write down the comment. So basically, suppose you are starting your program, right, and you are telling the user or anybody who is reading your program that what you are going to do. Suppose I am adding two numbers, right? So I am going to give the name of my program. So I will start the name of my program with the hash symbol, the hash. So I will write down the name of the program, which is program to add two numbers. So this is my title. This is my title of my program. So anybody who is starting my program will understand what its program is based on. Why we are writing down this. So this is basically comment. Next part is the inline comment. Now this is the title of your program. Sometimes we need to explain that what we are going to do in the middle section or within the program, which operation we are performing. So in that, I am going to add the comment besides your instruction. So suppose my instruction is C is equal to A plus B. This is my instruction, right? So I want to tell the other users that what I am doing. So after this instruction, besides it, I will write down one comment, that adding two numbers, right? So I am telling that what I am going to do with this instruction. This is called as a inline comment, adding two numbers. Now what is the significance of this comment? Here in this program, this instruction is getting executed. You are getting some output of this instruction, but these comments are not being executed, right? This is just for the information. This is just like a note. Whenever you are giving note, right, So this comments actually explain what you are doing, but these both statements are not going to executed by the compiler. So you can write down anything you want. Okay, anything you can write down in the comment section. So it won't be, it's just for the understanding purpose. Now this is the single line comment. Okay, this is the single line comment. Now sometimes we may require multiple line comments. It might be because in the editor this statement is, it fits in the window, but sometimes you may need to write down one paragraph for explanation maybe. So for that you cannot write down the single line comment. So there are two options. Okay, either for the paragraph, suppose here my line is like this. Okay, so this part, program to add 2, this statement comes in the first line and numbers is going to the second line. So for example, if it doesn't fit, then I can start this second line with the hashtag. This is one option, this is one way to write down the multiple lines as a comments, starting both lines with the hashtag hash symbol. But there is another option, multi-line comments. Here we can write down as many as lines we want, and we enclose these lines with 3 single quotes. 3 single quotes, 3 inverted commas. So we are enclosing complete paragraph or how many sentences you want to include in the multi-line comments, means enclosed within the 3 single quotes. And if it is hard for you, then always the hash symbol that is there to begin with, right? So this is the multi-line comment. Comment plays very significant role in the Python program. Second part is the normal sentences, normal statements. So these normal statements contains the variable declaration, value initialization, also some of the normal instruction that you can write down. So statements, just like we have seen before, right? So statements means variable declaration, where we can take any variable we want. A equal to 30. This is our normal statement, right? So A is equal to 30, our normal statement, that we are declaring one variable A and we are initializing the value 30. That is the normal statement. Some expressions you can include. Now what kind of expressions? Arithmetic expressions, right? So this is our, whenever we are initializing the value, this is our arithmetic expression, right? This is our arithmetic expression. Again, with print function, print is the statement. Print function, whenever we are writing down the print function to display anything, then print C. All these are basic statements, right? So this is variable declaration. This is your expression. We are going to learn the expression using some operators soon. This is expression and this is the normal statement. So in any Python program, you can write down the code in this way. Type of statement is called as a block of statement. Block. Okay. Or indentation block. Indentation block. What is meant by indentation? Indentation means you are creating one block, set of instruction. There are several kinds of statements that you are using in the Python which require or which create indentation block. Okay, so those special type of expressions we are going to learn in the advanced Python or in following session. But what is the indentation here? Sometimes you need to make conditions in your program. Okay, if the condition is true, then you are making some action, you are performing some action, otherwise not. So in this type of conditions, you are creating one indentation block. Okay, suppose I am taking same values in the program A equal to 10, B equal to 15, right? So here I am checking one condition. Okay, I am checking one condition, that which number is larger. I know that by looking at the numbers, it is, you know, you can easily identify which number is larger. But since we are writing down the code, I am checking this with the condition. So conditional statement, which is if. Okay, this if, now this one is the editor, we are checking the condition here. Okay, if we are checking which number is greater. So I am checking if A is greater than B. Here I am using normal operators which you can use in general language also. So here if A is greater than B, right? And colon, you are ending this statement with colon. This is the syntax, this is the rule I was talking about. So colon, whenever you are ending any statement with colon, right, you are creating one indentation block, because this is one condition. It is not necessary that this condition should be true all the time. No, sometimes this condition would be false if I change the values of A and B, right? So whenever I write down if A is greater than B, that means A's value is larger than B. Okay. So here after this colon, one block will be created, and my next statement I should type by leaving 4 spaces or one tab. That is the rule. Okay. So here after pressing enter, my cursor should start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. After 4 spaces, I should write. Now, if the value of A is greater than B, then what should I write? A is greater than B. Right? This should be my statement. A is greater than B. After this, you don't need to put anything. Okay. So, this is my indentation block. Whenever I end the statement with colon, then my second statement, means next statement, should start by leaving one tab space or 4 white spaces. If you start your print function from here, then you might get error. You will get error actually, because this is not a syntax. Okay, in many programming languages, it doesn't matter that from where we are starting our statement, right? But in Python, indentation plays very important role, that we have to follow this, otherwise we will face the error. So this is the most important concept in Python, because many programs can be failed if you don't follow this syntax. Okay, this is very important. This is called as an indentation block. Why it is called as a block? Because this is one condition. If this condition is true, then only you are printing. Otherwise, you are not printing anything in this code. If this condition is true, then only you are printing this statement. Now, when we follow, if we read the values, A equal to 10, B equal to 15. So certainly A is greater than B condition is not true, because A's value 10 is less than 15, right? So this condition is not true here. So if the condition is not true, you are not going inside the block and you are not printing anything. You are not printing anything here. The output will be nothing. Okay, so here this condition matters. Now suppose I will change the A value from 10 to 20. Okay, suppose I am changing the value. Then see the condition. If A is greater than B, yes, condition is true. In this case, condition is true. Then we are printing A is greater than B. Then if the condition is true, then we are going inside, and then we are printing. Our output will be this statement: A is greater than B. Right? So just make the difference, means just see the difference how the indentation work, okay, and how we are going inside the block, how we are taking the exit from the block. In the Python programming next following session, we are going to learn the if else part in detail, the indentation part in detail. Let's take a look of the basic Python program. Whatever we have learned till this point, we will cover this concepts once again so that we can move further. Now, here we are writing down one basic Python program, right? So this is the title of my program, right? I have to write down this in the editor. So I am starting this line with the hash symbol so that this part won't be executed, and we will see, or we can learn that what we are going to learn in the program. Here, these are the basic expressions, or you can say sentences. We are declaring variable A and we are giving the value, initializing the value 25 to A. Okay. This is my expression. This B equal to A minus 10. This is my expression. So I am declaring second variable B, and I am using the arithmetic operation A minus 10. So the value of A is 25 minus 10. Okay. This will be calculated. Only calculated, not it won't be printed till we will use the print function for that. Okay. So we are calculating one expression B equal to A minus 10. After that we are calling, this is function, print function. We are calling the print function, and inside that print function we are performing one arithmetic operation. So we are taking the value of A plus 5, and that will be printed in the output window. After that we are declaring another variable C, and we are initializing the value 10 to C. So this part is our normal main program, normal block of code. After that we are just checking one condition. Okay, if B is greater than C colon. This is the conditional statement when we are checking the condition. So it ends with the colon. Every conditional statement must end with the colon. And if you see carefully, we can see here indentation block is written as comment. Okay, so whenever you are starting the indentation block, you are mentioning this, or it's up to you, but here this is the inline comment we are adding so that anybody who is reading this code, they will understand that you are creating one indentation block. So this is simply one comment. So if this condition is true, then only we are printing this statement. Okay, if this condition is false, then we are going to the else part, right? In else part you don't need to mention any condition, because that is the default statement. If B is not greater than C, then C must be greater than B, right? So this is the default part where you don't mention the condition. But again, this is also one indentation, because after this again you are creating one indentation block. So either this condition will be true or this condition will be true. So if B is greater than C, then only you are going inside and you are printing value of B is more than C. If not, then you are printing value of C is more than B. The simple condition. Okay. So when after writing this code, when the execution part comes, then how the program will be executed and how the output will be displayed. Okay. So program execution will start from here, from the first line. Actually it's a second line, your first line is your comment, but your execution starts with the first line, second line. a equal to 25, then you are solving this expression, but you are not printing the value of b. You are printing the value like this. So in the output window here, in the output window, your first output will be the result of this arithmetic expression, a plus 5. Now your a value is 25. 25 plus 5 is 30. So no variable, just the value will be printed here, 30. Okay. After that you are taking the another value c equal to 10. Then you are checking the condition. Now you know the b value is here. I will just solve this to understand. B value is 25 minus 10 is equal to 15. Right? Your B value is 15 here. Okay, this is the rough work. If B is greater than C, you are checking your first condition. B is greater than C. Now C's value is 10. B's value is 15. So if B is greater than C, yes, the condition is true. 15 is greater than 10. The condition is true. So you are printing value of B is more than C. So this condition is true. That's why you are printing this value. And you are not going to the else part because one of the condition is true in this case. Suppose if the B value is less than C, which is suppose 8, suppose. So this condition will be false and we are going to the else part and then we are printing value of C is more than B. So when you are going to the if else part, then either of the condition will be true and either of the action will be taken based on the condition. So you need to be very careful with this, that how to put the condition and which action you are going to perform in that indentation block. And if the condition is true, then only you are getting inside into the indentation block, otherwise not. So this is the basic structure of the Python program. In this session, we have revised this part. We have seen two new statements, conditional statement, but we are going to learn these statements in brief in the following session. Also the indentation block, which is a very vast concept that we are going to learn, because this indentation not only applicable for this kind of statements, but for many kind of statements that we are going to see in further sessions. So for now, we'll revise this part, and in the next session we are going to start with the operators which we are going to see in the Python.